Hello, Marco. You had your first two heats were very good, and this placed you in a good position for the third heat. And can you describe what happened in the third heat?
Yeah, it was an unfortunate heat. We got the setup right. We were actually making a pass for fourth position after a mediocre start that put me back to 10th. So I worked my way up, was in 5th, went to make a move into turn 1 on Vanderbrand, and he went to chop down on me, and I tried to get out of the move and locked up the brakes. And by the time I locked up the brakes, somebody hit me from behind and fell right back to about 25th. It was unfortunate because if we just stayed in 5th, we probably would have been starting in the top 5. But we're gonna have to start from 18th in the pre-final, and there's still a lot of racing to do.
Yeah, because pre-final and final are very long here.
Yeah, I think we got a 14-lap final and 21 laps in the final, so it's not over. Turn 1 is really hairy here, so if we get through the first corner and pick up a few spots, who knows what will happen.
Thank you very much. Bonjour, David.
Bonjour.
On sait que tu as eu un petit peu de difficulté en début de semaine dans les pratiques et même les premiers hits à trouver ta vitesse. Aujourd'hui, ça a super bien été dans ton hit, ensuite de ça, mais tu devais quand même vivre avec les conséquences de la qualification et passer par la course de repêchage. Peux-tu nous décrire ce qui est arrivé dans cette course où tu as terminé deuxième?
Oui, j'ai terminé deuxième. Honnêtement, j'ai fait attention pour être capable de me retrouver dans la finale. C'était vraiment le but de tout ça, c'était top 6. Je partais quatrième, je savais que j'avais de la vitesse quand même. Fait que j'ai pris mon temps, on avait parti avec des pressions plus basses, fait que je savais que le kart n'allait pas vraiment être rapide les premiers 3 tours. J'ai essayé de faire du damage control dans les premiers 3 tours, ensuite de ça, mais là on a vraiment commencé à attaquer. Ça a bien été, les temps autour ça allait super bien. J'étais plus rapide que les 2 premiers en avant, mais je voulais pas prendre de chance pour essayer de perdre la 3e. Fait que quand j'ai vu dans les derniers 2 tours comme quoi que le japonais commençait à ralentir, que là il a fallu que je le dépasse. C'est pas mal tout. Je suis bien content. Fini deuxième, je suis dans la finale, c'est ça qui est.
Ça va bien, donc t'as confiance là, pour la pré-finale demain?
Beaucoup plus que j'en avais un matin.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Hello, Darren.
Hello.
You were starting 8th in the LCQ races, and we know that those races are very difficult, especially when we saw the first with the junior was probably the craziest race of this week up to now. Can you tell just what happened and how did you manage to get in the top 6 for that race?
Sure. Yeah, I thought I had a pretty good start. I had to start on the outside in 8th place, but the outside, a lot of guys went to the inside, so I just drove around the outside and got up, and then a guy got sideways, and then I had to check up and went back to 8th place. And throughout the race, I was making some passes, a lot of passing actually in the race, and finally got up to 6th. And we're running there, and then 4th and 5th got tangled up with each other, and I had to unfortunately check up. And the guy behind me ran into the back of me and made me drop to 9th again. And I was working my way back up, got back to 8th, and then the guys in front of me again tangled, and I was able to go around them, got back to 6th. And by then it was the last lap, and I looked behind me and saw that there's 2 car length gap, and I realized if I could just put a lap together and not screening up, the guy couldn't catch me, and that's what I did. I actually set my fastest lap in the last lap when I had a clear track.
We had to cut the interview because of the noise in the background. You were speaking about the last lap when you were able to catch up to the 6th place, and then maybe just describe your last lap.
Well, I could see the leaders in front of me, which was good, so I could see how many drivers were in front of me, which were 5. So I knew I was on the bubble, and I looked behind me and knew there's 2 car lengths behind me, and I knew if I set a good lap and stayed smooth and put a lap together that I would be able to keep in front of the guy. But obviously I was staying concentrated, but at the same time I was waiting for the dive bomb from one of the other drivers, but he never was able to get close enough to me, and I actually pulled away from him, so in the end it worked out good for me.
So you'll have a lot of work for tomorrow, but
yeah,
everything is still possible?
anything's possible. I mean, the world champion in senior last year started last in the final and won the world championship. So I think it's now that we're in, I think it's never over till it's over, and I think we're getting better with the setup now. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. I know the car's better. We'll just have to work on the engine a little bit now.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Hello, Chris. It was a difficult event because of the all the crashes in every heat in every classes, and you were stuck on them too often. But overall, your experience. Again, we had to stop because of the noise in the background. Overall, what is the positive element of this participation for you?
Well, the event is great again. I mean, it's probably still the best race in the world, really, literally. Even you talk to people here that run other programs in Europe, and they say this is the best race. For me, at least I had pace this time. I was one of the fastest guys, and that's good. But just crashed every heat. Nothing you can do.
Sorry, but you will be one of the people in the crowd encouraging all the other drivers tomorrow?
Oh, for sure. For sure. Maybe, maybe I'll even be able to help some, tell them how not to crash.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Patrick.